Let's come to this political row that's brewing over the comments made from the Reform UK MP, Sarah Pochin. She was on Talk TV on Saturday taking calls.
It drives me mad when I see adverts full of black people, full of Asian people, full of, people that basically are anything.
What's wrong with that, Sarah?
White.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it doesn't reflect our society, and I feel that your average white person, average white family is, like, I agree with you, Stuart, not represented.
Now, here's the research that I cited in the previous hour. It's done by the agency Tapestry. This was published in the Times earlier this month, and Tapestry, for the 6th year running, audited the top 500 adverts across all broadcasters over 2 separate 4-week periods. And they found that the percentage of black people is now at 51%. Black people make around 5% of the population. And for South Asians, they featured around 17% of advertisements. The population actually is around 8% of the country. So while what that MP is saying is right, why does it, quotes, make her mad or drive her mad?
I don't know what the argument's about. I'm black, born in this country over 60 years ago. And you know what? We, as kids, had to sit and watch them take the Mickey with black and white minstrel show, the Robinson's Gollywog.
I've just asked apologies for anyone who's offended by that. I appreciate that you're robust enough to say that, but be aware that that is a very offensive term for some people, Hire. So I really want to have our conversation, but just be aware perhaps of others. Thank you so much. On you go.
Okay, but as a black person, that's words what we use.
I know. I'm honestly, please don't think I'm challenging your right to say the word. I'm honestly not. But I have to be aware that I don't want to cause unnecessary offence when I can control it. So, hi, I'm not in any way challenging you. I'm just saying if you can just be aware of some people who find it a really difficult word. Please continue. Thank you.
Okay. So that's how we found the word.
I'm sure.
Where I am right now.
So you're talking about black and white minstrels. There was a show called, was it? Your Neighbour, Love Your Neighbour, Love Thy Neighbour,
Love Thy Neighbour, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we had to sit and watch them. Mind Your Language was another one.
Mind Your
Language.
Had to sit
God,
yes, I'd forgotten
and listen to watch things like that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we're in the 21st century right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been in this country long enough. We've helped to fight the world wars. And again, how many people, English people, can say they've not gone on a Caribbean cruise, they've not gone to the Caribbean, they don't want a suntan.
Yes.
Let
me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When you see someone selling soap powder or washing up liquid, do you notice this, or a packet of biscuits, do you notice the skin colour?
No, I just look at the products. And
I look at the products and I think, actually, that was quite good, or, I'd forgotten about that, or, I need someone to, I want a packet of biscuits, so I'll buy X. That's probably how it works for me.
Yes, it's about the produce, and it's about what is produced at the end. The NHS. It's about the service that's given.
Yeah. So the MP, it's okay to cite the numbers because research backs it up, but it's her interpretation that's upset you, Haya.
It's the way they're saying it, and the thing is, we've put up with it long enough, and at the end of the day, I'm 60 plus, and there's older people than me, black, that were born here.
Yes.
And so what I'm saying is, grow up.
Nick, I think there's a brilliant coincidence, because just myself and my wife, are both about 80. And we were sitting there watching the telly a couple of nights ago.
Right.
And my wife just turned to me and she says, isn't there a lot of
non-white people on the radio, on the television?
Oh, no.
Why do you think she'd noticed that, Mike?
People on these adverts.
Yes. Why do you think she'd noticed that, Mike?
Yeah, she noticed it. It was just an observation.
Yeah, but why was it... Can I ask why it was relevant for her?
It wasn't... there was no relevance. It was It was an observation.
Okay.
She just said, because, I'll tell you what, as I say, we're both 80. Let's put it this way, we're both 80. We've watched telly for years and years and years and years. And we noticed it was just... the adverts are, if you like, different now.
Okay. Why does it matter?
It doesn't matter at all, but it was an observation.
I feel mad when I see black and brown people in adverts. What's the difference between feeling mad when you see black and brown people in hospitals, where they are also, of course, overrepresented, if that's a word that means anything to you, or in your children's classroom, or on the streets of Handsworth, or in the England football team, or anywhere, because these people are not, for her, British enough. And I wonder why that might be. I've got one of the finest ever examples of the history button. Would you like to hear it? So someone's been in touch, and I remember I explained this isn't a debate, because if you think it's debatable, you are racist. I wouldn't say it was racist as such, James. She was saying that it was not representative of the nation. I've noticed that nearly every advert and even teleprograms have to have black and white couples and mixed-race kids. It's ridiculous. They are pushing it down our throats. What are they pushing down your throats? And if I press the button to see what other messages this person has sent to the programme or the radio station, here's one. I'm telling you now, James, if my wife was to vote Labour and not Reform, I would drown her. That's what you're dealing with. That's who you're debating with. 10:36 is the time. Lucy is in Wimbledon. Lucy, what would you like to say?
Okay, hi, James. I am livid at the moment. I'm listening to what you're saying and what that lady, what the play that you just played, what the statement that you just played to us, and I'm just like so upset. Like my voice is even shaking.
I can hear it.
I feel like when it suits them, black and brown people are amazing. Example. The NHS, when COVID happened, everyone would step out of their household every Thursday and clap for the nurses
they
and
would even bang
that
their saucepans. They'd bang their saucepans with wooden spoons, Lucy.
Exactly. So this woman saying that she's seeing adverts of black people and brown people, who are the people that she sees when she calls the doctor?
Maybe that drives her mad as well.
People?
Maybe that drives her mad as well. Maybe she's one of the people who insists on being treated by members of the healthcare staff who aren't.
To me, I feel like the next few months, if this carries on, we should all immigrants, I'm sorry, but all immigrants should take a pause for 2 weeks and see if this UK will still be standing.
This isn't about immigrants. I can see it.
People.
No, I'm saying this is about British people who aren't the same colour as her. Are they all down tools?
I'm so pissed off. Like I'm so
I'm going to let that stand, but
literally.
That's the rudest word you're allowed to use, all right? Otherwise I get into trouble, not you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's important to... I invited people to vent their spleens.
I am so angry. It's ridiculous because we, black people and Asian people, contribute so much to this country. The likes of the drivers, TfL, the likes of NHS, the likes of the Chinese and the Indian restaurants, all the businesses, majority is owned by immigrants. And if this country says, if immigrants say we don't want to work for 2 weeks, this country will fall. And this is what Nigel Farage needs to put in his head, that they need us. They need us.
Well, I think that is obviously true. But and a lot will acknowledge that, but they don't think that should involve having to treat you as equals.
Exactly.
That's why I've noticed a lot of people saying they'd love to move to Dubai, where you have incredible living arrangements and sort of domestic servitude, almost entirely undertaken by people who are immigrants to Dubai, serving, in the case of the people making these points, including, I think, the partner of one of Farage's top people, if you can use that phrase to describe this shower. That's what they dream of. You should know your place, you see. You shouldn't be in adverts. It's all right for you to deliver my food, but you shouldn't be in adverts. You shouldn't have glamorous jobs.
Exactly. White people have always been in the advert. We've always looked at them as, oh, they're so beautiful. Now we're seeing that black people and Asian people are now being showcased as beautiful in various adverts. Now that is a problem, and that pisses... Sorry.
That's all right.
Last
one, I know, and I feel your anger, and that is my point.
Preface this by saying I'm of Afro-Caribbean descent, and I have worked in marketing quite a while, and if you come to me to put, this is for the harder thinking, by the way, James.
Yeah.
If you come to me to put a campaign, an advertising campaign, I would try to get as many demographics in that advert. So I would have the black and white couple with their mixed-race children, with their grandparents and their Asian friends all sitting down to enjoy whatever my product is. So I try to get as many demographics as possible.
I'm going to translate for people not in the industry the word demographics into the word customers. As many different kinds of customers as possible to be represented in an advert that's telling them to go out and buy whatever it is you're hawking.
Exactly. In one advert, that's great. So if you can identify with the people enjoying that product, you might say, well, hang on, I might try that. Much in the same way, bizarrely, as why organisations like Reform try to push some brown people who are, I think, equally hard thinking into the debates. So they say, well, look at us. We appeal to that brown man and that woman and whatever. And that is not representative of the people who vote for them, is it?
No, that's a good point. And it's not representative of the demographic that those people come from as well.
Exactly. I hear a kind of, you're expressing yourself perfectly well, but there's a sort of spluttering indignation that we even have to talk about this stuff in 2025. Because I've said this to you before. Unfortunately, we've got people who don't deal in facts. They don't come to their opinions based on fact. They come to their opinions based on emotion, devoid of fact.
Well, what is feeling mad when you're watching an advert, if not an emotion? And then they try and pretend it's a fact by sort of spouting spurious nonsense about the representation. I don't care what colour. I'll tell you what I'd like to see, Lloyd, in more adverts. I'd like to see more bald spots, more man boobs, and more very pale-skinned men. I don't think we're properly represented in the advertising. I also not that handsome, man. Why do I care if I see a man who is more handsome than me driving a fancy car? Why do I care if it's a black man who's more handsome than me or a white man who's more handsome than me? Is it going to influence my decision to buy that car or that tin of mushy peas? It's extraordinary, isn't it? Absolutely extraordinary.